Hello, elementary school students across America and on United States military bases around the world. It's time once again for Michael T. Mondak Reads with the eponymous Michael T. Mondak back with you on this Wednesday, Hump Day, to come to you virtually at the same time to read one picture book to you, your parents, and your teachers. But I can't do it without a preview as to what I'll be reading. And here's that preview for today. Let's say your mother are about to expect a new baby, and you can't understand why. You think you're enough, you're the one child in the family is enough, especially if it's you. But then they make you learn that having a little sibling can actually be lots of fun. Fozzie himself found himself in a situation where his mother was going to have a baby, and he learned about having a brother. It's the storyline titled Muppet Kids in Mom's Having a Baby, a storyline written by Louise Gico and illustrations by Mr. Tom Cook. Let's go. Fozzie, breakfast time. In a minute, Pop. A delicious smell tickled Fozzie's nose as he raced down the stairs and into the kitchen. His dad was standing in front of the stove, flipping pancakes on the griddle. Said Fozzie as Pop served him a big stack. Smells good. Fozzie looked over at Mom. Her plate was empty. Aren't you having any? He asked her. Not today, dear, she said with a smile. I'm not very hungry. Just then, the doorbell rang. That's Kermit, said Fozzie, gulping down some more of his pancakes. I'd better go, or I'll be late for school. Have a nice day, dear, said Fozzie's mom. We'll see you later, added his dad. That day at school, Mr. Bumper gave everyone a special assignment. We're each going to do a report, he said. All you have to do, if you have to pick something to talk about in 2 weeks in front of the class, I'll write the date here on this corner of the blackboard. At dinner, Fozzie told his parents about the report, but they didn't seem to be paying much attention. That's nice, dear, Mom said. She looked at Pop. Pop turned to Fozzie. Son, he said, there's something we want to tell you. That's right, dear, said Fozzie's mom. We have some wonderful news. Your mother's going to have a baby, Pop broke in, a big smile on his face. Isn't that terrific? In about 6 months, you're going to have a little baby brother or sister. A baby? Oh, well, gee, Fozzie said. Can I be excused? I have some homework to do. Fozzie sat at his desk staring at his math homework. A baby. When he was much younger, he remembered wanting a baby brother or sister more than anything in the world. But that had been a long time ago. Now he wasn't so sure. A baby would make everything different, and he liked things just the way they were. That night, Fozzie's mom knocked on his bedroom door. Fozzie, she said, may I come in for a minute? Fozzie's mom sat down on the edge of his bed. Fozzie rolled over and stared at the ceiling. Are you okay, Fozzie? His mother asked. I know the news about the baby must have been a bit of a surprise. I'll say, Fozzie thought, but he just nodded. Fozzie's mom gently pulled the covers up around his chin. I love you very much, sweetheart, she said, kissing his cheek. Then why do you need some other kid around? Fozzie wanted to say. You've already got me. Aren't I good enough? But he just turned on his side and mumbled goodnight. For a week or so, Fozzie felt hurt and confused. Everyone thought that having a new baby was a great idea. even Kermit. But what did Kermit know? He didn't have to share everything he owned with someone else. His parents weren't going to have a baby. One evening, Fozzie had been staring at the same page in his workbook for a half hour when his mom and dad came into the living room. They were carrying his old teddy bear and some other things. Fozzie, Pop said, we decided that it would be fun to practice taking care of the baby. After all, you're a big boy now, and it's been a long time since we diapered you. Come and help us. Well, all right, Fozzie said. Fozzie helped his parents diaper the teddy bear. Then they gave the teddy bear a bottle and burped him and wrapped him in a blanket and put him to bed in Fozzie's old bassinet. The bassinet was in the study, only now the study was painted yellow with a blue ceiling that had little clouds on it. Do you think the baby will like living here? Asked Pop. Sure, Fozzie said. I guess. We thought you could draw the baby a picture, said Mom. We could put it up right over there. Maybe, Fozzie said. That night, Fozzie's mom and dad came into his room to tuck him in and kiss him goodnight. Pop, Fozzie asked in a small voice, will you still tuck me in and kiss me goodnight while the baby is here? Of course we will, Fozzie, said Pop. Fozzie swallowed. And you'll still love me? Fozzie's mom put her arms around him. Oh, Fozzie, she said, we'll always love you. And so will the baby. The day before the reports were due at school, Fozzie met Kermit in the lunchroom. What are you bringing in tomorrow? Kermit asked. I'm going to talk about fishing and show everyone my new fishing pole. Fozzie sat there, thinking. He'd been so busy worrying about the new baby that he'd forgotten about the report. Then he had an idea. It's a secret, he said. Wait and see. The next day, Fozzie came to school with a big bag. When it was his turn to speak, he went up to the front of the room and unpacked the bag. Inside were his teddy bear, a diaper, a bottle, and a blanket. My family is going to have a new baby, he announced, and my report is about all the things you have to do when a baby is living with you. Fozzie showed the class how to diaper the baby, and then how to feed it and burp it and put it to sleep. Everybody else wanted to try too, but there wasn't enough time. Do you think you could bring Teddy back tomorrow? Mr. Bumper asked Fozzie. I'd be happy to, Fozzie said, smiling. Over the next 5 months, Fozzie started to feel a little better about things. He helped choose a name for the baby. Flossie if it was a girl, and Freddie if it was a boy. He picked out some of his favorite books to read to the baby. He kept on diapering Teddy, just for practice. He even went to the hospital to see where the baby would be born. And then one day, when Fozzie came home from school, Mrs. Kodiak greeted him with the news. Your mother just went to the hospital, she said. Your father is meeting for her there, so I'm going to stay with you through this evening. The hospital, Fozzie said. Is she having the baby? Is she okay? She's fine, Fozzie, said Mrs. Kodiak. And yes, she's having the baby. It's just going to take a little time, that's all. Fozzie knew there was nothing to worry about. His mom and dad had told him that over and over again, but he couldn't help being a little scared. That afternoon went very slowly, but at 6 o'clock, the front door opened and Pop came in. He looked tired, but very happy. Congratulations, Fozzie, he said, smiling. You have a baby brother. Fozzie flew into his arms. How's Mom? She asked. Is she okay? Mom's great, said Pop. Would you like to come and visit her and the baby right now? Oh, yes, said Fozzie. Please. When Fozzie and his father got to the hospital, a nurse met them outside the maternity wing. You'll have to wash your hands and put on this gown, she told Fozzie. Then you can meet your new brother. Fozzie's mom was sitting up in bed when they got to her room. She looked tired, but happy too. Hello, sweetheart, she said to Fozzie, giving him a big hug. Then Pop showed Fozzie the baby. Meet your brother, Freddie, Pop said. Would you like to hold him? Gee, could I? Fozzie said. Of course. After all, he's your brother, said Pop. Just sit down there. Now be careful of his head. I know, Fozzie said. He gently cradled the baby in his arms. 3 days later, Mom and Freddie came home. Fozzie helped put the baby into the bassinet. Hey, Freddie, Fozzie said after the baby was tucked in. Why did the chicken cross the road? The baby's face crinkled. Oh, he smiled, gasped Fozzie. I'm sure he smiled. Then Fozzie looked up at Mom and Pop. You know what, he said. This baby and I are going to get along just fine. And that, boys and girls, concludes the story for Wednesday. Join me Thursday at the same time on the same channel when I'll read another picture book to you, your parents, and your teachers. I'll see you then.